Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew Morawski, and you are watching the third episode of the Director's Commentary series. This one about a video titled Abandoned House on a Rainy Night. I shot this video back in April of 2024, and at the time I'm recording this Director's Commentary, we are approaching almost 2 years since. Not quite, but we are approaching it. So, I've driven by this house on multiple occasions since I filmed it, and I will tell you, pretty much nothing looks like it has changed. I mean, it looks the exact same. I will say the fire department did seem to take it over for something. Now, I know they'll sometimes use houses for training grounds, training exercises, things like that. I haven't personally seen anything being done there, but like I said, the building it looks exactly the same as when I went. Still all boarded up and still standing, which to me is the biggest surprise. I would have thought they would have torn it down by now, especially considering right down the road from this location there is another abandoned house, or there was another abandoned house, and it was torn down. It was a place I also filmed at, and I will certainly do a director's commentary of that video. But yeah, I was definitely surprised they haven't torn this place down, because it's just sitting here in the middle of an empty farmer's field. And there are worse eyesores, I will say. Like, it is all boarded up, there's no graffiti, it's not totally falling apart or anything like that, but I'm sure sooner than later they're going to tear it down, but I have no idea when. But anyway, so as it is in the title, I did mention it was definitely a rainy night when I filmed this. I'm just going to make a comment about this first. I love how you walk in, and then there's just this drop. That would be a very bad place to get stuck in. But anyway, about the rain. So yeah, you can see it was raining pretty considerably. Now, for me, filming this video, I thought that was perfect, because it made the ambience so creepy, and it was also so quiet out. Usually when I film these kind of videos, at least ones at night, I try to go on a weeknight really late out, just so there's like nobody nearby. You can see there was not even a car driving by. I think maybe at one point there was a car, but that was it. It was really, really dead. So it was a perfect ambience. I haven't done many nighttime explorations. I think I've only done about 4, and there are a few good reasons for that. First of all, logistically speaking, when you're filming, it's just very difficult to film in the dark, because most cameras are not very good in low light, and obviously you don't want to be shining a damn spotlight around when you're filming these kind of places. You have to be a little bit discreet, so you have to be very careful that way, and you don't want the video to turn out super grainy and super dark. Now, the second reason, which is probably the more obvious one, guys, I challenge you to go to one of these abandoned buildings, but do it at night. Do it at 1 a.m., do it at 3 a.m., and tell me how you feel. Tell me how much fun you're having. Because these places in the day, they don't really creep me out usually. But when you go at night, it is a whole different ball game. Now, I say that this video is not a very good example of that. I know the ambience was like pretty creepy out with the rain, and it was very dark. And this is still a pretty, creepy location, even though I wasn't able to get inside, which was a large reason I wasn't really that freaked out, because I just didn't find anything to be freaked out about. I mean, it was really quiet. I couldn't get into the building, so I didn't have to worry about the interior. The interior is usually where it's the most unsettling, for sure, because you feel like you're a little bit trapped. You realize that, hey, if something goes wrong, like, I'm stuck in here, you know? But if I'm outside here, like, there was really no danger. And it was very quiet, so I wasn't really worried about running into anybody. So this was actually, I hate to use the word relaxing, but honestly, I was having a really good time filming this. I was not really worried about anything, and most of the footage actually came out okay, which I was pretty happy about considering I was using a GoPro. I was just really expecting when I put the camera up right there for an eyeball to like shine through or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I was using a GoPro because it was, like I said, it was really raining out, so it was kind of the only option. I didn't really want to risk getting my other camera wet, so the camera did a good job. It did a really good job in the low light, which I was pretty surprised about. Now, this is not a really long video, and gosh, I'm already reaching the end of it as I speak, so I already have to wrap up. I don't really know much of the history of this place. Like, I know there was a farm here, and it closed down, and at some point it'll be torn down, and I'm sure houses will go right here in its place. But that's really all I know. There wasn't too much of a story to be found here at this house. It was just sitting here in the middle of this field, alone, and all boarded up. And to this day, almost 2 years later, it still is. It looks exactly the same. This right here was honestly probably the most interesting thing about this house. Just the way that tree was growing. I thought that was really cool. So we are reaching the end of this video. I know a bit of a short one, but I would just like to thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. I would definitely like to go and talk about my other nighttime explorations because I will have a lot to say about those ones, and some of them are really creepy, so look forward to that. But as for now, I'll see you in the next one.